Hello and happy weekend. Welcome to day 4 and the last of the 12th birthday February release product introductions. So this might be my last video, but I hope to pop in tomorrow. It depends how things go. But today I am introducing a new background block. If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I love pattern, and we have a series of background blocks that create instant focal points for your cards, and you might recognize this design as well, as we have it. It was previously released as a stencil design. I'm just finding my stencil. I do have it here. So here is the original stencil. Hopefully you can see it. And so it's basically the reverse. So this creates the solid colour, and this one is an outline. There is a slight difference in the size that you will see here. But I've kept most of the elements roughly the same that are in the bottom of the stencil. I have changed them up slightly depending because of the size of this stamp. So this is a smaller £6.50 stamp. And here are a couple of cards. So this was the card that I forgot to dig out yesterday when I was introducing the mid-century modern everyday sentiment. So I used Hello Friend, and I have used the block as I like them, as I intended, as a instant focal point for a card with a background, and then I've embellished here with the mid-century modern florals. So this is the card that I forgot to get out yesterday, and I don't seem to be able to find a couple of the cards. I have no idea where I've put them, that I have on my blog today, that is on the website blog post. There are 2 more cards there, but this one I made. It was inspired by a layout that Honey Ellie had done in the past with the stencil, and she had used she's done one where it was with the butterflies, English country garden butterflies, and then she'd done one where she's used floral vines either side with the stencil. But I think this shows how there is quite a size difference, but they still look good together. So I've just stamped the block hanging over the edge either side of my card, and then I did the same, and I inked the stencil over the top to add the colour, and then again I've added the sentiment. So what I was going to show in my video today was how I create this instant focal point, and then how the stamp set works to create a larger background. So I am going to use my stamping platform just so I can help place it a little bit easier. I'm going to use a bit of temporary adhesive along with the magnets, just so I can keep my piece of cardstock in place. Before that, I should have actually marked with a pencil down the center of my card, so I'm just going to do that. I just like to start, if I know I'm going to fill the larger area of my card, I always like to start in the middle. That way I know that everything's going to be nicely lined up. Doesn't always work out, but it helps. So this card is a little bit different size than I thought, but we'll get the basic gist. So I've put some marks here just so I can roughly see than where the center is. So I'm just going to peel my stamp off. Now I'm going to do it in black ink. This will just help you see a little bit easier, I think. And then I'm going to add some colour to it, and I'm going to use some of the accent stamps. So here I've roughly centralised it on my card. Now you could be clever with measurements and everything and work your stamping platform probably better than I can. But when it comes to maths, it's not my strong area. So this is my system that you'll see. Hopefully, I'll just double check that I am in view. I try to have my whole stamp pad that I work on in view, but things don't always go as well as I hope them to sometimes. So I've just inked it here, just pressing lightly to get the impression. I'm just gonna do it one more time. The lines are quite fine on this image. So in the past I have brought out a block and a stencil with a similar design. The one I can think of the top of my head straight away is Wonky Stripes. I did that as a stencil, and I have done it as a well, two different blocks actually. There's an outline version and then there's the solid version. The other background block that's just come to my mind is Party Confetti. That comes as a block as well as a stencil. But why I chose this one is because of the building aspect. Not only do I love the design, but also because of the sort of building aspect of this stamp, that you can place it to fill a larger area like you can with the stencil. And I just fancied giving it a go, really, to see what it would be like. And so far I am really enjoying it, and everyone who came to the 12th birthday stamping retreat as well really enjoyed using this stamp as well. It was one of the popular designs, as well as the sentiments and everything. So I think this just pairs lovely with so much within not only the mid-century modern collection, but other collections as well that I've released. So you see here that I just moved this stamp up, so it's designed on a sort of grid system that you can move it to fill larger areas. So before I move my piece of cardstock to then do the lower section and the other side, I am going to do this top section at the top. I'm going to do this middle section at the top of my card. So I'm just cleaning my stamp off and then just drying it on the side here, just so I don't get any watermarks. And I'm just roughly eyeballing it to place it. You don't necessarily have to use a stamping platform, but I just find it helps a little bit more with precision. And as I say, you could just do one section of your card. I've shown one on the blog today where I've done like a diagonal. It works just like the stencil. And it's really fun, and it's the reverse, so you're getting the outline here. And I've tried before to use a fine liner with a stencil to get lined images. Some results are really good, sometimes not so good, so I think it's a bit hit and miss when you use a fine liner with a stencil. Maybe it's just me in practice. I need to practice something like that more, but yeah, I'm pleased I've brought out this version of the stamp. So now I am just going to lift my card into the top corner. I am going to put my magnets on, and then I am going to do this lower section, and then I will turn my stamping platform round to get the other side of my card. And then you can see what it looks like and how I fill a full section of card. So today my new Concord and 9th colours came in the mail, so I'm going to give some of these a try. The colours are absolutely gorgeous and I'm excited to add them to my collection, so I will test out these colours and as I show you how you can use the smaller elements that I've included with the stamp set. And of course you could combine those stamps with the stencil as well. There is that option. So today is the last day of introductions, which means tomorrow at 9 AM the products that I've been showcasing and the team have been showcasing will be available on the website. So they will be available by 9 AM Greenwich Mean Time. And don't forget to use the discount code birthday 12 to get 12% off any orders placed. It helps me for you to remember to use the discount code, because it is a little bit trickier these days to give refunds. I can do it, but it just saves me time, obviously, if you remember to use the code when you check out. We have some restocks arriving next week as well. I will just bring them up to remind myself. I will be sending out a newsletter in the morning with all this information on as well. But my brain, I can't always remember everything. I'm always running at different speeds, trying to remember everything. So we have restocks coming next week. We have the background block perspective, we have Bauhaus blocks, and we have everyday sentiments coming back in. So I'm just gonna flip my stamping platform round. I'm just gonna clean the base again, and then I'll flip my card and we can work on the other side. So yeah, we've got 3 restocks coming next week as well, so they've been highly requested. So I'm just going to pop this here, and then I'll do this top section, and then I'll move it up and we'll do the bottom section. So there is a bit of moving about, but it is still fairly easy to achieve an all over look. And I think the result is fun. And I can't wait to see how everybody uses this stamp. So today apparently is Random Acts of Kindness Day, and I'm going to do a little bit of a random acts of kindness giveaway. So I am going to choose one, well, I'm not going to choose, I'm going to randomly select a comment from those that are left on this YouTube video. Ideally, I'd like you to be subscribed to the Uniko channel, and what I'm going to give away is one of these stamps and the stencil. So that is the little giveaway I'm going to give to one lucky comment that is selected randomly from those left on this video. Now I will announce the winner and all the winners from all the competitions and giveaways and link ups and everything on Monday. I think I've put Monday the 4th of March, I believe. I think that's the correct date. And they will be announced on the blog and also on social media. Yeah, so Monday the 4th. So you have a while to watch the video, catch up on all the giveaways and the challenge, the Linky challenge over on the blog. If you don't have a blog or struggle to add your entry, just drop me an email with your card and I will add it for you. If you're struggling entering the competition, just give me a shout and I will help as well. So I've nearly finished this here. Just one more. So obviously if I wasn't talking while stamping, I'd probably get it done a little bit quicker, and I keep getting distracted as well by different things. So there we have the last print, and then as you can see we've got a lovely all over pattern. So I'm just going to clean this so I don't forget, because it is easier to clean when the ink is still a little bit wet on the stamp, I find. So I'm just going to move that to one side. I'm going to stick a little bit more of the temporary adhesive on, just so I can keep it in place on my base here. And then we're going to add some colour to this. I just wanted to show how you can add some simple colour to it using these stamps here. So I'm going to use this solid one so we get some nice solid colour. And then I'll probably go in and fill some detail as well with that one. So I've got these tiny blocks here, and they're super useful for these tinier stamps. So the new colours from Concord and 9th. So I tend to, those who know, I'm on the Seven Hills Crafts design team, because as much as I love using my own stuff that I design, I also love a lot of the American companies, and Concord and 9th is one of my favourites, and I was delighted when they brought out ink colours and cardstock colours. So these are the new colours. We've got wild berry, creamsicle, grasshopper, watermelon, eucalyptus and rainforest. So I'm going to give each of the colours a little test and add some colour to this background. So this little stamp is designed to fit inside the outlines. Now I apologise if I get my head in the way. See how it fits in, and you can easily add a little bit of colour to the pattern without needing anything other than stamps. And you can just go ahead and keep adding the colours using this little stamp. I'm just randomly selecting an area to stamp. I'm just gonna turn it to the side slightly so I can see where I'm stamping. Normally I'd be right over this to line it up. So this is the wild berry. It's lovely, deep. Sort of, it's in between cranberry and a raspberry pink. Beautiful colour. So we'll add a few more of these and then we'll go in and test some of the other colours. But I'm super excited to be using these. I believe Tara has the inks are still in stock, but some of the cardstock is out of stock at the minute. But she does have a notify me when back in stock, if you're after more than just the inks. But yeah, these, I do really like these inks. As you can see here, they stamp really well. So I'm going to be using the watermelon now to go in and add. So this one, it does fit over the little ones, but I'm just adding it to the larger one because it adds colour, but then you get this nice little white area as well. As you can see, it's quite a busy pattern once you've stamped it all. So if you're a clean and simple card maker like me, sometimes with it being fully stamped all over, it can get a bit sort of overwhelming. So when it comes to the colour, adding, just keeping them white spaces helps a little bit. I'm just deciding where to stamp. There's no rhyme or reason to my choices. I'm just trying to get it a little bit even and the colour spaced out. But you can always go back and fill in more colours until you're happy. I think one more maybe at the top here somewhere. And they're beautiful colours together. So I haven't had to think about a colour combination because I'm just using all 6 of these colours. Let's go for a green. See what this rainforest colour is like. Oh, this is not what I expected. So this colour, I'd say, is a in between peacock and evergreen. So it's a bluey grey. It's got more blue in it than I thought when I first saw it. I think I was thinking it would be more green, but it's got more of a blue tinge to it, which is interesting. Oh, so my stamping was a little bit off there, and you can just, if you get it right, you can go back over, and I've managed to. So yeah, it's got more of a blue tinge to this, which is interesting. I think you can just about see that here. It's quite a dark colour, so not quite black, but it might look a little bit black on the video. But yeah, that surprised me, that one. Trying to decide where. We'll add one down here and maybe one up in this corner, and then we'll move to the next colour so you can see the next one. Ooh, so these colours have super excited me today. Doesn't take much. So we will go for the grasshopper next. Now this one looks like it's in between sprout and maybe lemongrass, and probably, yeah, sprout and lemongrass. So it's got a bit more of a yellowy tinge to it, so maybe a little bit darker than lemongrass. But yeah, oh, I like that colour. I think that would be nice with avocado or artichoke as well, if you were looking for greens to use it alongside. It's got that sort of Mediterranean feel to it. My stamping's going a little bit off here, but with the pattern being quite busy, if you go a little bit wonky, it's not super noticeable. So I'm not 100% sure how I will use this panel yet, but I will share tomorrow in my release post how I have used it. So which colour has been your favourite so far? I'd love to know what sort of colours you go for. What's your, are you a pink, a green, a blue? So we'll try this creamsicle colour. So I think this is a slightly darker shade than Nectar. I have got my colours nearby, but that's a nice colour. Very spring sort of feel to that colour. I'm excited to use these in my crafting, and choosing, if you were looking at doing an ombre effect, I think that it fills some gaps for sure with these colours. But if you like me, I love colour, and it's always nice to have different ones, and not choose them, that I've got them all as a set. So I didn't really think, oh well, I like that colour but I perhaps wouldn't use this. So I'm glad that they came as a set of 6, and I just got them all. So then this is the last colour, which is eucalyptus. So we'll have a look. Oh, that's nice. I'm trying to think, maybe this would go with tide pool or juniper. It'd be like an in-between of one of them two. I think it sits nicely against the rainforest colour as well. But this has stepped me out of my normal issue and comfort zone of using all the sort of same colours all the time. I might go in and add a few more colours, but that's a simple way of adding colour to this fun panel. And obviously you could add the colour as well if you just did the focal point. You know, there is a lot of possibilities with this one stamp. Now we'll have a quick look. So these are sort of like stamens, if you wanted to create it sort of looking like a flower. I will use my black ink for this, just so you can see it above the colour. And here you can just add the detail like that. But these little stamps are quite fun for creating edges, like corners to things, like sentiments. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So you can just go in and add them to various sections, and I will go back and probably add a few more details like that. So say you stamped a sentiment, so we will use thank you. I need to make some thank you cards, so this may be an idea for an upcoming thank you card. So I've just used a bit of scrap card that I have to the side of me. I always keep these little bits for testing ideas, or if I'm going to stamp something and cut it out. So you just imagine that I've got a larger card panel. Doesn't have to be larger, it could be just as is. But then you can use these smaller elements just to create like a corner accent to your card, to your sentiment, to your card. A bit like the elements I've done in a... Where did I put the stencil? Did I hide it underneath? No, here it is. So a bit like this here, this element here, you could create a corner element. Obviously you could take a little bit more time than I am. But this is what I was meaning, how these sort of little elements work. And then you could go in, I don't know which colour to choose. I'm excited about all these colours. And then you can just sort of add these corner, they're a bit similar sort of leaf shape really. They would work lovely with mid-century modern florals, to create leaves, a different shape of leaf with the florals, to stretch that stamp set a little bit further and give some more creative options. So this is giving me more options as well and ideas to get creating. So I hope you've enjoyed these introduction videos for this release. If you have, let me know and I will consider it again for the next release. So yeah, that's how just an idea of how you can use these little elements. Anyway, that's all from me today. I will hopefully be back with another video tomorrow on release day. Thank you for joining me this week for all these videos and on the blog, and for all the lovely comments across social media. Don't forget to leave a comment today for the Random Acts of Kindness giveaway, and see you all soon. Thanks very much.